The iPad Pro is one of my favorite devices ever made. You hear me say that here all of the time. And one of my favorite pastimes is finding really cool accessories to go with it. However, normally when we find accessories and I talk about them here, some of them end up being very darn expensive. I mean, heck, the Magic Keyboard that I talk about so much is like half the price of the iPad itself. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna find under $20 accessories that can help you turn a full iPad Pro kit without spending that kind of money. So what did we find and how awesome are they? Let's find out. One of them's a padded bag, so we can actually slam it down. What's up, everyone? I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. I love talking about accessories for it, so let's hop right into it. And the coolest part about this entire video is we were able to find each of these to build like that whole kit, but they all fit into this one bag. This is a full iPad kit from all of the accessories. Ooh, it's unzipped. Let's zip it back up. We don't want to give anything away. It's the full iPad kit in this bag. And all of these accessories cost under $20. I think that it's so cool that they all fit in here and it's just a whole holistic, we're going holistic today. So let's start off, obviously the first thing is the bag. This is a Case Logic bag that I just found by typing like iPad bag into Amazon. And one of the things that I really like about bags is build quality. If you are buying some kind of like piece of equipment that you're gonna use to transport your gear, you really gotta care about build quality. And one of the things that I was nervous about is because this is a cheaper bag that they would have sacrificed on build quality. But I've looked over all of these stitches and I haven't seen any really big red flags when it comes to how they stitched this bag together. The zippers also, now, I am what you would consider to be a zipper aficionado. These aren't YKK zippers, and if you're not crazy obsessed with zippers like me, YKK are really like the gold standard when it comes to zippers. These are not YKK. These are some off-brand that you can't even see a label of what these are, but they do feel really good. They've got some good bite to the teeth. The teeth feel very aligned. It's very smooth. I don't feel any snags in the teeth as I'm doing this from any of the zippers, and that's a really, you know, they sound good. That's a really big thing is you want to make sure that the zipper, like the zippers, if you have bad, weak zippers on your gear will break. And I've only been using this for a couple of days, but I haven't seen any big stitching problems. You got to check your stitches and you got to check your zippers, and that will tell you like how long you should be able to get out of it. Like, see, it's not double stitched. I would prefer double stitched in some of my gear that I'm going to travel around with, but this isn't going to go hiking with me. This is just going to go like from my truck to the office and back. It feels like it's built out of a very nice denier of nylon, so I do think this would be relatively water resistant and it will protect your bag. But it also has a lot of cool pockets in it. Okay, now we're gonna do this without spoiling everything else that's in the bag, because I do already have everything in the bag. But it's got several pockets. Like, it's got this pocket on the front that can hold small things like a dongle and some cords. You got a front pocket that's a little more versatile. Let's put all this stuff over here. Don't look. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil the whole video for yourself if you can't help it. You got this front pocket that has a few spots in here for like if you do have a solid state drive or your cell phone, maybe some pencils, and if you do have AirPods or some other or USB or Bluetooth accessory that you want to put straight into here, you can do that, which is pretty nice. I like bags. I have way too many bags in my house. I can appreciate a good cheap one, and it is built. It's got padding inside of here too, so it will protect your iPad as it's in here, which, you know, is important. So let's unzip the main pouch, which has my iPad. My iPad's been in here the whole time. And another thing that we're gonna talk about here in a second. So yeah, the bag's great. It's lightweight. It feels pretty good. It's got the shoulder strap. It's got the, you know, the case mode if you want to use it in briefcase mode. It feels really good. I like it. I really like this bag. I just like bags. So the next thing is, if you're gonna be like, it's great, okay, hey, we got my iPad in the bag. If I'm just gonna be using my iPad like this all day long, you don't really need anything else. But who wants to carry their iPad around like this all day? I mean, yes, people being very annoying and taking pictures with their iPad when you're trying to like see your kid do a presentation or something. Yeah, I guess they don't use stands. Let's talk about the stand that I found. And this stand is actually really cool. It's the Amazon Basics. They call this their travel iPad stand. When this showed up, I was really nervous. I was like, we're not gonna be able to put this in the video because it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's actually really cool. So it's a travel stand that folds up and out. And I know you're gonna be like, Gary, why are you showing me this? This doesn't look good at all. Wait. So you can do it in either portrait mode. Check this out, either portrait mode, and now it is more stable, or you can turn it over into landscape mode because it is very customizable for how you want to have your iPad set up. And I I really like this. I really like this. Again, I was fully planning on not having this in the video, but I am gonna start carrying this with me everywhere from now on because it's so versatile. I was nervous. I'm like, how we're gonna build a whole iPad kit, but I don't want to use one of those like big aluminum cases because the big aluminum case is never gonna fit in the bag, right? So we had to get something like this. And I like that it also has like a rubberized coating on the feet, so it will grip the table. It also has rubberized coating right here to grip your iPad. It's got a few other pieces around here. Where's another one? Right here it will grip. It just has a really nice, oh, right here, the feet right here where it's gonna hold like the base of your iPad are rubberized. I really like this. I think this is a clever addition. Now it is made of like cheap plastic. Can you hear that? And that's gonna be one of the problems. That's gonna be a running theme of today's video. On all these like under $20 accessories, they had to sacrifice somewhere. Most of them sacrificed on build quality. But this, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's gonna break immediately. And I like this. This is probably my favorite thing in the whole kit. And I'm gonna start carrying this with me everywhere. Let's put everything can go back in the bag because everything fits in the bag. Okay, so if we are gonna set up the iPad in like a stand because we're gonna do some work, we're gonna need a couple other things, right? We found this also Bluetooth keyboard from a company called Artec. Doesn't really matter. If you search in like iPad Bluetooth keyboard, thousands of these will show up. But all of these like this are really nice. It connects through Bluetooth. It does use AAA batteries and it comes with AAA batteries. You can connect, you see here's the on-off switch, the connect button. It is set up on a little bit of a slant, so when you're typing, it does feel pretty good. The keys are, I mean, again, build quality, right? The keys are, they're not the greatest, but it does work really well here. I can show you how easy it is. See, you already saw that it works, so hey everyone, check out how cool of a typing experience this cheap keyboard is. Look how cool that is. It also works with the volume, it works with the brightness. If you have videos playing, you get all these function keys here on the top, which is something that even the Magic Keyboard doesn't have, which has always frustrated me about that Magic Keyboard. It's got command keys, even though it's not a Mac, right? I still hit it like I thought it was gonna be a Mac though. But you can bring up search, you can bring up all sorts of stuff. You always gotta have a keyboard. If you're trying to get real work done, you gotta have a keyboard. Now, the build quality on this thing is not great. Look how much flex is on that. Again, cheap plastic, but it is functional and it works pretty darn well. But to combine with this, if you're gonna try going like whole like Super Saiyan over 9,000 working from anywhere, you're also gonna need a mouse. So we got a Microsoft Bluetooth mouse that also pairs really easily. Look at that, it's already paired. So we have a mouse and a keyboard that we can do all of our work from. How awesome is that? How awesome. So yeah, this was just a cheapo Bluetooth mouse that I found from Microsoft online. Ooh, let's turn that brightness down. And it just, like this stuff, I'm telling you, it works so well together. All I had to do, here's the Bluetooth button right here. This takes a AA battery, but it instantly connected. You can come over here to Bluetooth. You can see here that all the accessories paired really easily and very quickly. It took seconds to get all of this set up. Combine that with the stand, you can now work anywhere from your iPad. Email, spreadsheets, video editing if you use the apps. All of this, insane. Insane, but if you want even more, let's say, Gary, let's bring it up even better. So you're trying to do this, but you need to connect to a few other devices. We also found a dongle, a no kidding USB-C dongle for the iPad for under 20 bucks. This is from a company called Falwetti. You get all sorts of cool functionality out of this thing. You get SD card, you get micro SD card if you're crazy and use nobody uses micro SD cards, except Patrick uses them. Patrick, if you're watching. You get 3 USB-A ports and HDMI. So you get all of that for what? It was like 15 bucks. I found this for like 15 bucks, where if I wanna do the same thing from the Apple branded thing, I can get USB-A and HDMI for like 60 bucks. Here's a dongle with everything for 15. For 15! How crazy is that? And then, well, yes, you need cables. Hey, don't forget, you always need cables. These aren't special. This is just a USB-C to USB-C cable. You always gotta have cables. You're never gonna be able to get through life without having cables. But there's another couple of things that we're gonna talk about. And one, I kinda cheated. It was already on my iPad from the last video, but I still stand by it, and it's still within the price range. But it's a matte screen protector for your iPad. Now if you're gonna use your iPad all over the place, it will get scratches. Like all these screens get scratches all the time. So you should always have some kind of a screen protector. Now, if you're never gonna really physically interact with the touchscreen with like the pencil or something like that, go ahead and get a glass screen protector. But I've really started to like this matte screen protector because it does feel a little bit more like paper. The few times that I've used the pencil, I really like the tactile feel of having one of these. Obviously, the big brand name that everybody knows is called Paper-like. This is not a Paper-like, even though if you search for it, it will come up as Paper-like. I still think that's kind of shady, but that's what it is. So I like these matte screen protectors for a couple of reasons. One is that tactile feel, but the other is I like how just easy it makes the iPad to grip onto. Like sometimes I get nervous when I'm using the iPad and it has like a glass screen protector that if I'm holding it, one, it smudges really easily and you can see how much it smudges. Two, it gets reflections so bad when you're using a glass screen protector, but this matte one kind of makes it a little bit better. Can I blind you? Can I blind you over on the camera? I can't because it's the matte screen protector. And if you're not gonna have, like in this kit, you don't have the Folio keyboard, you don't have the Magic keyboard, so the iPad's gonna be like this. It is more important to me to have this screen protector to make it so I'm not gonna drop it. Because I'm clumsy. If you've watched this channel for any amount of time, you see me drop stuff all of the time. So a matte screen protector if you're clumsy like me. I mean, we're all kind of clumsy, right? And then the last major accessory that I want to talk about, because I talk about all of these accessories, I consider accessories at like certain levels and where you should probably invest your time and money. And the next one that we're going to talk about is an external battery. Now, this is a RavPower external battery. We talked about this last time, but again, it fell in the price range. I think it was on sale though, so this might not fall into the price range at all times. I really like having an external battery because you never know when your iPad's gonna die, and you don't always wanna have to fight for like the one wall outlet at the terminal, whether it's bus terminal, airport terminal, any kind of terminal. Nobody wants to fight for those. So have something like this 15,000 milliamp hour battery will save you all the time. But the things that I like about this one, it actually shows you the percentage of fullness. So you press the button, hey, I know that I have 74% of my battery left. But I also like that it's USB-C and USB-A. So you can't output to USB-C, which is how I've been charging my iPad with this. USB-C to USB-C works perfectly well. See, we also had there's a reason we had the cables, right? Everything that we do here on The Everyday Dad, it's all for a purpose. We have a purpose and a plan for everything. Because I try to plan these out so I don't have to look like so I don't have to go search everywhere for all of the things while we're making these videos. Tell me how I know that that has happened to me before. It happens to me all the time. But see, USB-C to USB-C charges great. You always gotta have a battery. You gotta have a battery. So let's just one honorable mention that is not part of the kit, so we're not gonna talk about it today and I'm not gonna link it below. But something that's an honorable mention that you should probably have to is some kind of an external storage device, whether it be a solid state drive, some kind of USB-C hard drive, SD card, stuff like that. Like this is a 256 gigabyte iPad. It's perfectly great for doing things like just browsing the internet or small, like if I have photos that I want to edit, this does fine. But if I'm gonna be doing video editing or if I'm gonna be out of the house for more than a day, I would have a solid state drive with me. Now that will be more expensive than all of this together, but something like the Samsung T7 that we talked about in a previous video is very fast, very secure, and it is a way to greatly enhance your capabilities because you don't have to just worry about what is on the iPad or what storage. You don't have to buy like the 1 terabyte iPad to make sure that you have enough storage for any kind of work that you're gonna do. But yes, this has been my under $20 for each of these accessories. Each accessory was under $20 today, except for the honorable mention, which will not be linked. I'm sorry, it's very easy to find it if you really wanted to have it, but it didn't fall in the kit, so it doesn't get to get linked today. This was all of the under $20 accessories. What are some accessories you guys still? Let me know in the comments what are some of your very favorite cheap accessories. I would love to know because I love buying more stuff for my iPad. I absolutely love it. If you liked this video and you would like to see some higher end accessories for the iPad because you're just as crazy about the iPad as I am, and you would like to see how to maximize it to the max, that didn't make any sense, but that's what you get when we're off script like this. I will leave that video right here, and you can click right here to watch. Click, 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 click. Thanks for watching.